Just to be clear, I was not the only person sitting behind the stage coding up while that rocket was flying, right? It was like a team effort, and we're super excited about the new platform capability that we're introducing today. So just to give you a bit of background, Sam, thanks for the intro. I'm Devarshi, and I head up product for Twilio's marketplace efforts. And today we'll talk about add-ons, and we have some fun things for you today. We'll walk a little bit through in terms of how do you use add-ons, what they are, and then we have two of our partners here that are going to talk about what their add-ons do and how you can use them to solve different problems easily. Cool, the clicker works. So before we get into sort of add-ons and what they are, let me talk a little bit about why we build them, right? APIs as building blocks are great, right? They let you very quickly tap into a lot of different functionality and start building out a product that is really full-featured and helps you do more than what you could do alone. But the flip side is when you're trying to combine APIs from multiple partners, there's still a lot of orchestration that you end up doing in that process, right? You go through the time to sort of go find somebody, talk to vendors, trying to understand sort of who you want to end up using. You get an approval from somebody. You take the effort to learn sort of new authentication models, learn new APIs, and you write a lot of middleware code, boilerplate code to sort of glue a bunch of these partner APIs together. And then once you're sort of done with that, you have this ongoing maintenance, as APIs change and evolve. And our goal with add-ons was to try and simplify a lot of that process. So what are add-ons? Add-ons are pre-integrated partner technologies that you can use along with the same Twilio API that you use today. There are a wide range of add-ons from a variety of technology partners that are available in the console that you can log in, and we'll walk through that in a little bit. And Twilio vets them to make sure that what you're using, has gone through a sort of set of standards and sort of meets resiliency and allows you to build your app and a business on top of it. Add-ons are usable with like a single-click integration through the console, and they're pay-as-you-go through the same model that you're very familiar with, on other Twilio APIs. Our goal with add-ons, as Pat mentioned earlier, is to let you do more with the Twilio API using less code. So, what are the kind of add-ons that are available today? There are three kinds of add-ons that we've sort of opened up today. There's number add-ons that let you tap into the phone number that you're receiving either through an incoming SMS, an incoming call, or through our lookups product, and invoke partner capabilities to get you more data about that phone number. There's messaging add-ons that let you tap into the contents of the message and help you analyze it. And then there's recording add-ons, which we're launching in about a month in general availability or public betas, that let you analyze recordings, let you do more with it. These add-ons are available through multiple different Twilio products, and what you see there is number add-ons available through SMS, messaging, voice, and lookups. Messaging add-ons available through the programmable SMS product line, and recording add-ons through programmable voice. So what do they let you do? There's a wide range of use cases that they're designed to help you solve, right? Ranges all the way from increasing customer satisfaction because you can tap into what people are talking about, all the way to understanding who it is that you're communicating with, to convert more leads, to sort of understand that process and improve your business flows. So let's step into what it looks like to actually use them. And I'm going to switch into the actual console to show you some of the catalogs, add-ons, and the catalog. All right, that worked. Of course it didn't. All right, so I guess I can move it. There you go. That works. There you go. So what you see here is the catalog. You see that add-ons are organized by the Twilio product that they integrate with. And you can drop down and sort of look at the product that you're using today and browse add-ons by that particular product category. So let's look at we've got about 20 add-ons right now. A few of them are coming soon. Most of them are available today for you to start using. And let's look at what they look like. So we're going to click into one of these. And what you see here is, it talks about who the add-on provider is, what products it actually works with, and then what the pay-as-you-go pricing model for that particular add-on is. It tells you a little bit about what the add-on does, gives you some code samples around what kind of data the add-on returns, and we'll walk through some of that in a little bit as well, and allows you to sort of look at the entire sort of documentation around the add-on right from here. Now, it's important to note that add-ons are provided, published, and supported by our partners in the Twilio marketplace. While Twilio supports the core add-on infrastructure, it's the partners that help you get the functionality and that help you resolve issues with some of these add-ons on that front. We're going to go ahead and install this add-on, right? So the installation process, again, super simple. Click a button, say install, and there you go. We're done. So now what you're going to see is that the add-on is going to start augmenting every SMS message that flows through Twilio, and it's going to give you additional data. And we'll walk through sort of what the data looks like. At this point, it's important to note that there's this whole idea of the add-on unique name, and you're going to find this in every add-on that you install. This unique name is what's going to identify that particular add-on in the results. It's going to be the identifier that identifies the wow, that's weird. Identifier that sort of helps you recognize and invoke specific add-ons with APIs that actually let you support that in terms of runtime capabilities. And of course, you can go into the product line that you're using. So let's click through into programmable SMS, and add-ons are available for you right there as well. There you go. So those are add-ons specifically designed for programmable SMS. Again, same model. Click and browse, install, and start using them. So what does it look like to actually use one of these things? So here's an example, right? This is a text message that would have come through Twilio. You would have received a webhook for that message, and it contains a bunch of data. Well, now, once you enable that, it contains this additional parameter called add-ons. And within the add-on, it contains the results from that particular add-on indexed by that particular unique identifier that you just saw. It's as simple as that, right? Let's take another example. So this is an example of the IBM Message Insights add-on, right? The add-on allows you to analyze the text message that you just got. It gives you data around, the language, keywords that it detected, and the entities that it detected in that particular message. All it said here is, hey, I love Twilio add-ons. Well, something similar to that. But of course, you guys love Twilio add-ons. And we went ahead and figured out that it was Twilio, it was English, and so on and so forth. Let's take another example. This add-on that you see here is provided by our partner Payphone. And there's, if you've sort of dealt with the idea of running a contact center, running sort of marketing campaigns through SMS, you realize that there's this huge thing called TCPA compliance, where if customers decide that they don't want to receive messages from you, you cannot send them those messages, or you get hefty fines slapped on by FTC. And this add-on helps you figure out if things like ownership have changed, so that you need to get customer consent before you would start sending them messages again. This is supported through our lookups product, and you can pretty much go ahead, invoke the add-on along with the existing lookup API. Tell the add-on that you're trying to figure out whether the sort of ownership has changed since this particular date, and it goes back and sort of provides additional data that helps you figure that out. All after installing it with one click. So that's about it, right? All you then need to do is make a rocket ship fly, just like Pat did today morning. So that's add-ons. You can find add-ons, the documentation at twilio.com/docs API add-ons, and the add-on themselves, they're sort of available in the console today. You can go ahead, start using them, and do more with less code, as we like to say. But you've heard a little bit about add-ons, how we install them, how you use them. Let's go a step further, right? I'd like to invite up Jordan from WhitePages Pro, one of our add-on partners, to talk about what the WhitePages add-on is, what the WhitePages add-ons are, because I believe they have like more than one add-on there. Jordan. Take it from here.
Thank you, Webrtc. Let me get set up real quick.
Cool.
All right. All right, as this thing loads up. Hi, everybody. I'm Jordan Reynolds. I am the Director of Strategic Partnerships at WhitePages Pro. We're really excited to be involved in the launch of add-ons with Twilio. Just today, we've heard some really great feedback from everybody swinging by our table downstairs. Just the ability to, without having to code to a separate API, the million or so developers within Twilio's ecosystem have easy access to some of the best mobile identity data available. So we're really excited to be here today. So what I'm going to talk about real quickly is just kind of a standard use case for what we see in working with Twilio customers and where our products align. Just to give you a little bit of background on WhitePages and then some of the other products that we're offering in the add-on marketplace. So one customer I want to mention, just because there's a lot of, as I said, alignment here is, there's a lot of businesses that are in the inbound call space or call tracking space, and there's a company called Office Space that leverages one of our core products, which is our caller identification product. And what Office Space does is they're a business that helps you search for commercial real estate. So as you can imagine within commercial real estate, any sort of marketing company is trying to drive as many phone calls to the phone number as possible. But, you have a salesperson you're trying to track down. They're busy. They're missing calls. They at the end of the day, they look at all the missed calls they have. They have really no way to qualify who is worth calling back. So to illustrate sort of how these solutions work together, let me flip over to a quick demo. So we have a demo here that's built on Twilio's Webrtc technology, and what this does is, and the cell reception's a little slow here. So basically, what happens is an inbound phone call comes in, and it's screen popping. Still getting sound of that. So it's screen popping all the details about who's behind that phone call. So as you can imagine, that's really powerful information if you're in any sort of inbound call scenario. Let's see if I can get that to hang up. Alrighty. And that's just an abbreviated version of what's available within WhitePages Pro. So these are some of the attributes we have in our caller identification package. You have details about the phone itself. This is really helpful for routing and prioritization purposes. You have details about the person or business behind that phone number. Obviously, this adds to a much better caller experience. And then address details. This is great for any sort of post-call analytics or follow-up that takes place after that call is initiated. So in Office Space's use case, by actually adding this data to their call flow or their call tracking flow, they're actually able to improve callback rates over 300%. They were able to decrease client turnover just because they got that much more value in their service, which was that much more sticky with information about the caller included in their application, and an overall increased revenue for Office Space. So I'm going to real quickly tell you about WhitePages Pro. So we are a leader in mobile identity data. And the reason mobile identity data, in our view, is really important is because we see a phone number becoming the unique identifier for consumers globally. So businesses want to learn as much about who's behind a phone number as they possibly can. In our graph database, we have over 5 billion records. We are evaluating over 20 million phone numbers per day. And one of the really unique things is our capability to generate data through what we call our proprietary data pipeline. But what we're doing is basically in real time ingesting data and building links in our graph. And this is a solution that is built for enterprises. All of you that are building Twilio apps, you need a real-time solution, so you can't be holding up a phone call to gather data. So all this data is delivered in under 500 milliseconds. We've got an entire data science team that works at optimizing all this data in our graph and making sure that it's accurate and up to date. And all this comes with the service and reliability that you would expect from an enterprise solution. This is just a quick rundown of some of the companies that obviously have vetted us against those enterprise requirements and are happy WhitePages Pro customers. So my first case study for Office Space was caller identification. So I wanted to cover two other products that we have in the marketplace real quickly. We have a product called Phone Intelligence, which is similar to Lookup, but really the difference there is we're providing a lot more detail and granularity around line type, carrier, and prepaid status. Anybody who has an app that that has experienced some sort of fraud or promo abuse, they need to identify non-fixed VoIP numbers to weed out that bad traffic. And the final product is our phone reputation product. This product is really built on signals that we get from millions of consumer app installs to identify spammy phone calls or telemarketing phone calls. And we provide some really actionable data that helps you reroute or block those calls with a high degree of accuracy. And as I said before, all these add-ons are available in the add-on marketplace right now. So I'll hand it back to Devarshi.
Cool. Thanks, Jordan. You know, it's super exciting to sort of think about what you could do with those add-ons when you couple them with the new Twilio wireless capabilities that we just announced. Right? I, for one, can't wait to sort of be able to block callers and at least know when I have somebody called, XYZ spam caller, trying to call me on my phone. But up next is Alicia and Chris from IBM. They're going to talk to you guys a little bit about the technology, the add-on that powered the demo today. So here's to making rockets fly.
Thanks, Devarshi. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Alicia Lear, and this is my teammate, Chris Ackerson, and we are product managers with the IBM Watson Group. And as you heard during the keynote, we announced 2 new Watson add-ons to the Twilio marketplace, IBM Watson Message Sentiment and IBM Message Insights. And today what we thought we'd do is a little bit of a fun demo and show you how our Message Insights could be applied to the space of customer care and how you could extract signals from various customer SMS.
Thanks, Alicia. So we're going to do a quick demo. It's a live demo. Alicia has some SMS messages for customer complaints stored on my phone there that she's going to send through. Just to set up the scenario here, Alicia and I are both based in New York City. We traveled here to San Francisco for Signal yesterday. Alicia is going to have been traveling on her favorite airline here, Regal Air, and she's going to have a less than stellar experience.
Great. So in addition to being product managers, we're also actors. So I arrived at JFK Airport, and after 30 minutes, trying to get through security, what do I find out? That I have a 4-hour delay. So, pretty upset about this. I'm going to send an SMS to Regal Airlines to, share my opinion. Bye.
So as Alicia types that in, we'll see what pops up. So what you're seeing here is like an agent dashboard that you might expect in this customer care scenario. We're on Alicia's page here and seeing all the messages that she has sent into to Regal. Nope.
So been sitting at the JFK airport for 4 hours waiting for this weather to pass. This delay is crazy.
So I want to kind of highlight what's coming from the Message Insight service, right? So we're pulling out 4 signals that are going to help you action on your messages. So first, we're highlighting the keywords, right? So keywords are the most relevant words in a piece of text ranked in terms of relevance, and that relevance score is provided. And so what you can see here is that we've set up a couple simple business rules that map keywords to what we're calling the route. And the route would just be how you want to deal with a particular message. So in this case, weather and delay are critical keywords in the message, and so we're able to map that to our weather delay route. And so our agent would be able to know how do I deal with weather delay messages. Second, you can see that we're extracting sentiment. So this is a negative sentiment message. Again, it's going to help you decide what's the priority of a particular message or how you might want to route it. Third, we're extracting entities. So entities are like keywords, but they're words that we can map to a known type. So in this case, we're identifying 4 hours, which is a known quantity of time, and JFK, which is a known airport, right? Both of which might be relevant, in this particular customer care scenario, especially, as always, if you're looking at the data at scale. And then finally, the fourth signal is concepts. So concepts are like themes in a piece of text. They can be explicit or implicit. In this case, we can see a number of related or tangential concepts to the keyword JFK Airport that are returned, which is a set of airlines that actually fly into JFK. And so just real quickly, I want to highlight, and Devarshi walked through this a little bit, but the actual JSON that's going to be coming back from your message. And so the key pieces here are the keywords objects, concept object, and entities object. So in our keyword object, you can see that you're going to get the text of the detected keyword along with the relevance that I talked about, a score from 0 to 1, and a sentiment score. So you can get document level sentiment from our message sentiment add-on, or you can actually get targeted sentiment, which is sentiment around a particular keyword. So you may have a message that contains negative sentiment around one topic and positive sentiment around another topic, and we're able to differentiate the two. And then our concepts object and entity object are very similar, as you can see. So Alicia is going to continue her journey.
So I finally landed after a 6-hour-long flight. I'm exhausted. And what do I find at the airport? Of course, they've lost my bags. So another angry text to Rigo Airlines. You charged me $50 for my bags just to lose them?
So again, just to highlight, the top relevance keyword that's identified as bags, which we've routed as a luggage complaint. So now clearly you can imagine our agent here has gotten two high priority negative sentiment messages from an important customer in Alicia. So our agent might want to deal with this scenario proactively and might actually be alerted to this.
So I finally get into my taxi and I get a great message from Rigo Airlines. They've decided to give me 10,000 free miles and some drink tickets for the way home. So, gonna share some positive messages back to Rigo Airlines.
So Alicia's responded back. She's recognized now, we've got a positive sentiment customer service message. So that closes out the loop on the scenario, right? So hopefully the value prop is pretty clear. When we're looking at text at scale, in this case SMS messages, we want to be able to extract signals that are going to allow us to action on those messages. And that's what Message Insights is enabling us. So we're super excited again about partnering with Twilio. We've started out with our message sentiment and message insight services, but within the Watson Developer Cloud, we have a number of other capabilities that we're really excited about exploring with Twilio. Specifically, these would include things like intent classification, tone analysis, dialoguing capabilities, among others. So we're excited to kind of continue exploring that. Just to close out, Alicia and I are going to be here for the next couple days, and we would be really, really excited to get any feedback from you guys on what you've seen here or any other thoughts you have on how we can apply Watson and Twilio.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Alicia. That was great. So that's add-ons. We'll be taking questions outside just to sort of keep the track moving. So please come find us right outside. But just want to do a quick shout out. Thank you so much for sort of being here. We're super excited about add-ons and what you can do with them with Twilio. We're going to be opening up sort of more of Twilio's core capabilities. And we're going to be adding a lot more partners over the coming months. So keep an eye out. Watch out for that. And just a quick plug, right? We're so excited about building add-ons that we want to invite you guys to sort of build them with us. We have a session tomorrow that talks about how do you publish your own add-ons in the marketplace. So please be sure to check out the schedule and check it out. We'd love to see you there. Oh, yes, and the add-on and the marketplace team at Twilio is hiring. So for any of you that want to help us build out sort of the future of communications marketplaces, please come talk to me. Thanks.